Good morning, kids. It's Mr. Agee here, and I'm going to walk you through a mini lesson for Module 2, Lesson 5. You're going to need your green book for this. I'd like for you to follow along with me as I lead you through the problem set, and then your assignment is going to be to complete the homework, which is similar to the problem set. You'll do the homework independently and submit the homework by snapping a picture of your work and uploading it to a media file. So in my classroom, it looks like this. If you're in Miss Nocton's class, you're still going to be looking for this same folder here. It's a red folder that says Week 10 Math and Word Study from Agee, 1019 to 1023. You click into this folder. You see there's an assignment page for Monday. It tells you to watch the mini lesson and follow along with Mr. Agee to complete the Module 2 Lesson 2 problem set. This is going to get updated. It's actually Lesson 5. That's my mistake. And then it says complete Module 2 Lesson 5 homework on your own, and then snap a picture of your completed work and upload it to the media folder. The media folder is right here. You can see the pictures right here, Module 2 Lesson 5 homework. This is where you're going to click in, and you're going to click this button that says add media after you take pictures of your finished work. Okay, so the long and the short of the lesson today is that you are going to use an open number line strategy and the knowledge of my best friend 10 to solve these problems related to time. And I'd just like to remind you, so this is the lesson 5 problem set in your workbook. This is how you know you're on the right page. If you need to stop the video and find this page, it's past the halfway point in the book, because remember, Module 1 was the first half of the book, Module 2 is the second half of the book, and we're in the 5th lesson in the problem set, and the first problem starts with this: Cole read his book. Now, I know that you are at the beginning of 3rd grade, and one of the most difficult things about math in 3rd grade is that the responsibility of reading the problem really is on you. In 2nd grade, the teacher was allowed and encouraged to read every single problem to you, but in 3rd grade, it shifts to you reading the problem and trying to make sense of the problem on your own. Now, the creators of Eureka Math, they don't really take this into consideration, and they write the text for adults, basically. And so I would remind you here that if you go onto my page, I've got the Eureka Math resources here, and you can actually open up the problem set in Kami. So you can go into the problem set, you can open it in Kami and use the text reader tool. The text reader tool can help you if that's something that you need. Now, Kami is not great for using the open number line strategy. It's something that, you know, a pencil or pen and paper is the best way to demonstrate. So what I've done is completed these problems on my own using pen, and I've snapped a picture myself. And you can see when we go over this, I'm going to use this document to go over the work that I've done to help you understand it. So, okay, let's dig in. I'm going to look at problem number 1 here, and we've got Cole. Cole read his book for 25 minutes yesterday and for 28 minutes today. How many minutes did Cole read altogether? Okay, model the problem on the number line and write an equation to solve. Okay, that's a lot, but you can do it. Let's go back and let's break it down piece by piece. Remember, every time problem has 3 parts. Every problem that they give you is going to have 3 parts, unless it's a 2-step problem. If it's a 2-step problem, they'll still give you 3 parts, but you'll have to put 2 of them together to find a missing part and then use that missing part to solve a 3rd problem. So here we've got Cole read his book for 25 minutes yesterday and for 28 minutes today. Okay, so yesterday 25, today 28. How many minutes altogether? That tells me right there I'm going to have a sum. A sum is the answer to an addition problem. All together means put the two numbers together, and it says model the problem on the number line and write an equation to solve. Well, my equation is pretty simple. To model this problem, I'm going to have 25 minutes, or 25, plus 28. And remember, equations are horizontal, so when I write the equation, it's going to be side to side. 25 plus 28 equals blank. That's the sum, or the altogether number that we're looking for. Now, when we're using the open number line, using the My Best Friend 10 strategy will really help you do this quickly and accurately. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to start at 25. Well, I'm really going to start at 0 because Cole started at 0 yesterday. He read 25. So I'm just going to jump straight to the 25 here. And then I'm going to think about this 28 as 2 10s and 1 8. Because I'm at 25, I can go up 10 to 35, up 10 more to 45, and then I've got 8 more to go. So I've got 5 more to 50, and then 3 more to 51, 52, 53. Here's what it looks like in the solution form. So you start at 0, the 25, I jumped up 25, that's yesterday's minutes, and then I broke this 28 down into 10 and 10 and 5 and 3. So 10, 20, 25, and 26, 27, 28. If you use the number line below and label it as you go, starting at the 25, going up 10, that's 35, going up 10 more, that's 45, and then 5 more takes me to 50, and then 53. Here's my equation, 28 and 25 and 28 equals 53. Another way to model it is this vertical form strategy, or the standard algorithm. We have 5 and 8 equals 13. So see, a lot of people carry this one up onto the top. Eureka Math teaches us that if you keep it down here on this line, you can see that the 13 all together. It really helps you see that the ones column here doesn't just add up to 3, it adds up to 13. And then we do 2, 2, and 1 is 5. Cole read for 53 minutes. We've got 5 10s and 3 1s. Okay. I'm going to skip over this next problem because it's a little bit messy in the work. I'm going to have to zoom out here. And then the problem that I'd like to work on next is number 3. So there's 2 ways to think about number 2. You could count up to 34, or you can start at 34 and count back by 12 based on the problem. But because I put a lot of things in the space here, I'm going to go ahead and skip over that one. Because you'll get an example of what this problem solving strategy looks like in number 3. So I'm going to toggle back over to number 3 here. Tessa walks her dog for 47 minutes. Jeremiah walks his dog for 30 minutes. How many more minutes does Tessa walk her dog than Jeremiah? Okay, we've got 2 people and 2 lengths of time. So Tessa walked for 47 minutes. Jeremiah walked for 30 minutes. How many more? This phrase right here tells us that we're comparing 2 things. Anytime we're comparing 2 things, we're trying to find a difference. The word difference is the actual answer to a subtraction problem. So when we see how many more, we automatically are thinking that's I'm probably going to have to subtract. And in this case, you do. So you're looking for the difference between 47 and 30. So the equation would be 47 minus 30 equals blank, or the amount of time that Tessa walks longer than Jeremiah. And then when you make your number line, we're going to make the number line, and we're actually going to start on the right-hand side with the highest number, 47, and we're going to go back 30. So and we can break 30 naturally into 3 10s, 10, 10, 10, and eventually you'll get good enough to count from any number, forwards or backwards, by 10s, and that's why my best friend 10 strategy is so useful. When you look at the problem and the solution here, let's try to zoom in down at the bottom if we can. I'm not sure if I can do that. Okay, so I'll just do it from the large version here. So I started at the 47 over here with an open number line. And then what I did was I knew I was going to have to count back 30 minutes. So I go, okay, count back 10, 47 to 37. Count back 10 more, 37 to 27. Count back 10 more, 27 to 17. So I counted back 10, 20, 30. 47 minus 30 gives me 17, a difference of 17. So Tessa walks her dog 17 minutes longer than Jeremiah. It's just a counting by 10 strategy, and I'm modeling it on a number line. Okay, I've got about 4 minutes left, and 4A and B go together. So anytime you have anytime you have a number and then they do A and B, the problems go together. Sometimes you'll use the information from the first one to solve the second one. Sometimes you won't. In this case, you have to. So in the first one, we've got Austin. In the second one, we've got Austin. Same person. It takes Austin 4 minutes to take out the garbage, 12 minutes to wash the dishes, and 13 minutes to mop the kitchen floor. How long does it take Austin to do his chores? Okay, so all of these things are chores. Take out the garbage, wash the dishes, and mop the kitchen floor. So those are the 3 chores he has. We've got, excuse me, 4 minutes to complete the first chore, 12 for the second, and 13 for the third. We're going to add them all up. We're going to do 4 plus 12 plus 13. And when we do the number line, we can start our number line at 4 and then count up 12 by doing my best friend 10. We can go start at 4, up 10 to 14, and then 2 more gets us to 16. And then we go up the next 13 minutes here. So we're at 16, we'll go up 10 to 26, and then 3 more, 27, 28, 29. I'll show you what the finished work looks like. Here we're starting at the 0 line. Nope, sorry, this is not. I have to draw my own number line here. Starting at 4, because this is the first number, it gets us to 4. I could start at 0 and then show the count up to 4, but I'm just going to go ahead and start at 4. 4, and when you look at the equation, 4 plus 12 plus 13 equals 29, you can see I broke the 12 into 10 and 2. I broke the 13 into 10 and 3, so I can use my best friend 10 to count easily up by tens from any given number. That's a skill that will help you as you go through your math studies. So starting at 4, I go up 10 to 14, and then up 2 more to 16, so that takes care of my second chore. And then from 16, I go up 10 more, and then 3 more, so 16 to up 10 is 26, up 3 more is 29. And that's my total number of minutes. I also used the vertical form to show that you could do it this way, but using an equation to model the problem is also an expectation. So you can do it this way, but I want you to also know how to model the problem in equation form. Now, the next problem gives you some reasoning to do. So looking at it here, it says Austin's bus arrives at 7:55 a.m. If he starts his chores at 7:30, will he be done in time to meet his bus? Well, if he starts at 7:30, we know it takes him 29 minutes, right? He needs 29 minutes. So going up 29, 10, 10, and 9, we go 7:30, 7:40, 7:50, and then we know that 9 more minutes is going to take him up to 7:59. So he's not going to be able to do it in time. He's not going to be able to get to the bus in time because 7:55 is before 7:59. He won't finish his chores until 7:59. So in my reasoning, in my explanation, because it asked me to explain, he won't be done by 7:55 if he starts at 7:30. He will finish his chores at 7:59. So he'll miss the bus. All right, I'm almost out of time. I've got 30 seconds left. I'm going to upload these 2 pictures here to help you as well. This last problem is a good problem for counting back from a given time where they give you the end time when the cat wakes up, and your job is to figure out the start time. And so this is a good thing to look at. I'm going to upload it. Anyways, good luck, and I will be seeing you this morning in our live session. do the homework and submit it in the media file.